This video is for all the real estate investors and how you can expand your business utilizing 0% interest business credit cards. I have a lot of clients, probably 50% of our clients are involved in real estate to some capacity, whether it's fix and flip, whether they're developers or even rentals or multifamily owners. All of these business models, all of these exit strategies in real estate take capital. Now, the type of capital that we will get you is 0% interest business credit cards, anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 and up at sometimes. If you're a seasoned real estate investor, seasoned pro, and you have access to millions of dollars, then maybe this isn't going to benefit you. However, most people aren't there. And most people that are watching these videos aren't there also, so this is definitely for you. If you're wanting to get into real estate or you've done a deal or two and you've already seen the struggles of not having all the capital that you need, then this is going to benefit you. So if you have an LLC and you have a 700 plus credit score, then we can get you qualified for up to $200,000 or more in funding. It's all based on your profile, which I cover in all my other videos, so go check those out. Let's start with fix and flip. Fix and flip, most of the time you're gonna need hard money to actually purchase the property. Now, where you're doing your flips is gonna matter too. If you're in a state like California, where the property is gonna start off at $700,000, it's gonna be a little bit tougher to get these deals done, but not impossible. If you're in the Midwest, where a lot of real estate investors are flocking to now, you can still pick up properties for $50,000, $40,000, $100,000 and still turn a good return for yourself. Outside of the purchase, you're going to need funds for the renovations. This is one of the most important parts. Everyone's just a lot of times just looking at what's the cost of the property. Well, you want to have something that's going to sell well. If it's going to sell well, it needs to look good and it needs to be done right. There's always corners to be cut, but you get found out. So I recommend if you're going to fix a property, do it the right way the first time. Utilizing 0% interest business credit cards, this can cover all of your material costs. Don't make the mistake like I did in the past and send somebody else out in a different state, sight unseen, and say, fix the property. You never know what's going to happen. Biggest mistake. Go to the place, look at it, boots on the ground, see what needs to be done, and actually be involved in the process. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of these fix and flippers doing is they're just trusting the contractor to go buy all the materials and get everything done. The problem is you're not knowing how much they're actually spending. A lot of the contractors and subcontractors will use your card or bill you for all the extra stuff that they bought that wasn't needed, or leftover materials from a job site. You're just happy that it's done, but guess what? They're taking all those materials home with them. This is very, very common in the construction industry. So the most successful people know every step. They're involved. They know what's going on. They're there. They're seeing what's being done. They're even going to Home Depot and Lowe's and the hardware store and using their card to make the purchases. This avoids all of the extra costs that are happening on every single project and all the deals you're doing, which could be losing you thousands of dollars over each year by not paying attention to the little things. Utilize your cards, get 0% cards. You can put almost the entire renovation on your 0% cards. And if that contractor only wants to take cash and they don't have any invoicing or you can't pay with a card, there's dozens of apps out there now. I'll give you one for an example. It's called WiseBank that you can actually pay contractors. That's just one. There's so many apps available now. It's 2024. You can send people money through these apps with your card. Yes, there's a processing fee, but it's going to be much less than using hard money to cover all of these costs as well. Or you could even liquidate the cards, which I covered in another video as well. That's fix and flip. The same thing applies to the developers. Developers are buying land and building houses and selling them, or building commercial properties and selling them. There's a lot of expenses that go into this as well. Almost the same thing for the renovations, where you're going to be buying materials, buying lumber, all the things that go into building a house, which is a countless amount of things, appliances, everything. Be the purchaser, be involved, use your 0% funding, use your cards to make these purchases. If you trust your builder to use your card, then you can do that as well. Or you can have an account at any of these stores where they can go and pick up the materials and then you can pay the invoice and review everything and make sure everything's actually correct. If you're somebody who owns a bunch of rental properties and you have a big portfolio of rental properties, there's going to come times where these rental properties need renovations. People are staying there for a year at a time. Sometimes you have someone that's been there for 10 or 20 years if you're lucky. You're going to have to do upgrades. Sometimes it needs a new roof, needs carpet, needs paint, needs appliances, things break, water heaters, furnaces, boilers if you're in a state that has that. All of these things cost money, and when you have access to these 0% cards, this can solve all of those problems, giving you the breathing room and the working capital to fix all your properties and keep everything up to standard and up to code. And some of the multifamily guys, well, you might purchase a 8-unit or even a 20-unit building. If you're doing it the right way, you're buying something that needs repairs, CapEx, to increase the value of the whole deal. Guess what? Every apartment needs carpet, paint, appliances, upgrades, things like that. All of this stuff you can utilize your 0% funding for and save yourself costs on other money, save yourself costs on hard money. And then once it's all done and that multifamily project is complete, you can refinance the whole deal at the much higher value point now, pay off all those cards, and run your business. This is how all of the real estate investors are leveraging 0% business credit to make their businesses grow faster, get more deals done in a year, grow, and the 0% cards can be applied for every single year. You can continuously run this funding model for your real estate business year after year. Like and follow for more tips on how to use 0% funding to grow your business.